Okay, I think we're already live. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, hey, what are we gonna call this one? Um, oh, I want to let me. That's weird. Should be able to change that. Is it because, yeah, that's why. Phase 4, the intro, we're just gonna do some. This is Goldstream Machine Learning. And you can go, let me update that link to the Discord server, which will become Discord service at some point. I'm having some thoughts about the machine. Um, whoop, whoop. What the heck, man? How do you go back? That's really sorry. Sorry about the. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, let's do this together then. Look back on my year. The year's almost over. So it's been. I, th- I think this was my first year on Discord. I might have started last year. But look at this. Top 13.1% for messages. Wow. Here are a few of your favorites. Whatever that means. Not a lot. I don't get a lot of interaction, but that's not the goal. That's pretty cool though. Top 33% of Discord voice chatters worldwide. What else? The places. Wow, 21 messages in my Game Lab server. Your Discord squad. That's funny. But the one person was always your go-to. Greenbacks. Jeez, that's crazy. 27 hours. Jeez. I'm not going to send on this message, but apparently we spent 27 hours. Alright. What else we got? Orbs. Don't care. Your checkpoint deco. What is this? A banana. Yo. Whatever. Fine. That's kind of insulting, but isn't it? That's like the joke. I got the joke. Joke banana. Okay, cool. All right, are we done here? Can I go back finally? Jeez Louise. All right, so here we go. Invite. Okay. I think it times out. If I'm not mistaken. No, it doesn't. It's the exact same thing. Okay. I hit undo. I'll just paste it. Paste the new one anyway. Okay. So there's your link to the Discord server, soon to be Discord service. And so here we are with the machine. Okay. Classic. Start it up again. Did not fix that bug, apparently. Is it going to happen again? So the reason is if you have this thing cleared, the last number is cleared, you can't push anything until you fill this up. It will self-destruct. So we're going to add some numbers, and then I'm going to, what kind of numbers are these? Actually, let's do it this way. It might be faster. I don't know. Try some tracking. And I definitely have the betting progression. The betting, I don't even want to call it. I hope I can figure out a way to mechanize it, to figure out a mechanic for it. But sadly, it is some principle. It's basically like talkity talk. Like, do your best and you'll win. It's basically that mechanical. So let's open up. Here we go. Here's where we're working. Boob idiots. Full boob. Oh, yeah. For FBI. Let's delete that. We're not dummies anymore. At least I'm not. You're either a spud, which is probably not great to be, but we can all be a little bit of a potato from time to time. And then, or you're a junk monkey, where you think you know what's going on here, and you're like trying to beat this game or trying to play, and you're gonna come up with some BS, okay? And I'm not saying like, oh, your shit's BS, mine's not. I'm not saying that. I'm like, yeah, no, I get it. There's a lot of BS sounding stuff when I'm delivering the message here. But let's go to someone else's channel. We're not going to do that right now, but let's go to someone else's channel and really listen carefully. I'm calling it BS because it's devoid of anything mechanistic. There's no mechanic to it. And if there is, that person isn't going to tell you. And they're not even going to tell you they're not going to tell you. They just don't. It's so weird to me. How do you go so long without acknowledging things? Or even acknowledging that you're not going to acknowledge it. Like, I don't even get it. I really seriously don't. Like, is everyone a robot except for the person who is going, by the name robot? You know what I mean? Those would just be the odds. Anyway, attention span pancake. So yeah, this was me saying you lack attention span, and that's fine. Whatever. We're gonna get rid of that too. So there was a thing called the FBI method. That was the original, the OG. What was the FBI called? Was it the OSS? Was it the OSS? We'll call it that. Anyway, this FBI method, that was the old school method. Very mechanical, and I still think if we, I still think I think I probably actually solved it right there with this. As far as building a mechanic that would actually continuously work along its mechanistic, outcomes. But we're human beings, so I keep digging. There's got to be something else out there. This sharpshooting department, that was this FBI method. Let's just add that in there. Slash. And then there was the nuke plasma tech. Now let's call it the long long rifle, because what you're trying to follow these like large numbers. You're looking for like the large numbers in the color totals, and then like you just kind of latch onto that color because it's like apparently it's hot. So you get a lot more wins and misses on that color. But the problem was then I was betting like way too high, and I destroyed. I had 400,000 risk currency in this simulator, and I lost it all because I was just betting way too high. Because it. I mean, it's still. I still kind of think it is the case that it actually gives you some certainty, but then um but what does that mean? What would that doesn't make any sense, right? If you really think about it, some certainty, it's like being somewhat pregnant. It's not really it's not really certainty then. It's like certainty is either certain or it's not, especially in a game like this. And so if you don't actually know what's coming, you don't have certainty. Um, but you know, it again. I will say it though. It does really seem like it offers some certainty. So um, so that was that, and then in phase four, bet transfer, I was figuring out a new betting mechanic, and I tried writing it out. I don't know if I actually I still kind of use this. I've kind of modified it a little bit, and I call it anchored betting. It's basically this is it. Like this is the golden ticket. It is. Okay. Golden. Now, where do I have stepped betting? Yeah, right here. Stepped betting is sick. So anchored betting uses a little bit of step betting. It uses a little bit of the bet transfer, which basically just means, skip the first loss. And but then in bet transfer there was a thing where, like, let's say you skip that loss. What I mean by skip the loss, I just mean you're not going to raise your bet. You're just going to keep betting at your base unit on the next round. And then if you win on that next round, you increase your bet like halfway, like the half, and by halfway I mean the full way would be if you lose two times in a row, then you bet whatever amount you need to make up all that was lost. So you almost like triple size your bet from your. It's almost like 3 base units in your bet for that bet, and then it would just be 2 base units in your bet if that second round after that loss, if that's a hit, you still. And I don't think I put that in here. I was just like really I was a little jazzed up. And ironically, I think we had Joe Croupier in the. Let's see if we have any listeners or watchers. But we had yeah. Oh, look at this. We have 2 dudes or gals. Probably 2 girls. It's probably 2 girls. Anyway, so that was ironic that I was I was kind of like, what's the word? What's the word? I was like spazzy. I was a little bit spazzing. Oh. Oh no. It's my volunteer moderator. It's a good thing you're here. Where were you last stream when I had to do battle with Joe Croupier on my own? You left me for dead. That was a real jerky move. I mean, I embarrassed myself. I didn't. I don't. You know what? You're swamped. Well, now I'm embarrassed because I showed my ass. I didn't have anybody to put the brakes on, and I just a lot of excuses coming out of this. My volunteer moderator. That's fine. Anyway, I'm kidding. Anyway, but anyway, it was ironic that I was all kind of hyped up. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. And I didn't get to finish my thoughts. I didn't get to fully. What? What? Oh, okay. So my moderators. I gotta read what my moderator's telling me. Oh. In all honesty, I feel a little bit. I don't know. I feel like Joe's maybe he's a good guy, and I, I, maybe he's nice on the inside, you know. So that's great. I mean, hey, look, it's interaction. Okay, so if Joe Croup sends you a friend request, you say, "Let's go out for coffee, buddy." I think he needs a friend. I don't mean that in a I don't mean that in a pitiful way. I do pity him, but that's only because I would pity anybody who's not me. But you know, everybody needs a friend, and some people need a chill pill, and that would be Joe. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so I didn't get to finish my thought on this bet transfer, and so after I'm gonna read it now. After a win, step down, not a reset, hanging for the poised to take. This isn't exactly what I was trying to say. I said what I was trying to say. If it didn't make sense or you missed it, that sucks. You can rewind it later, make sense of it. It doesn't matter because we're moving on to anchored betting. This is, and I was in the middle of writing golden ticket. This is the golden ticket. It actually is, and then it's going to use some stepped betting is in there. There's a little stepped betting, and then there is the concepts, right? So, and then also the stepped betting is kind of loose. I don't know if it can be mechanical anchored betting. Maybe it can. We'll look into it, but this is what I'm gonna be doing going forward. It's gonna be really boring. That last stream where oh, look at this, we have 4 girls. I bet they're all girls. No, I'm just kidding. We have 4 junk monkeys. I'm sure they're all junk monkeys. There's no other. There'd be no other possibility. But welcome. Thanks for being here. I guess. Anyway, so anchored betting is going to be loosely stepped betting. Maybe I will mechanize it, put it into the machine, but I'm going to take my time with that. And I and the last stream I thought I really had something. It was kind of crazy, and I was betting on the dozens and the columns at the same time, and I think that's actually a really bad idea. I ended up winning betting or base unit wise, quite a lot, right? It wasn't a large amount of money, but unit wise, it actually was a lot. And I was using a really high unit all the time too, with a very small starting amount. And it's weird. I kept playing it then the past 2 days or whatever, or the following 2 days, in the simulator. And call me crazy, but I do think they have once again like stepped up the level of realism with this simulator. And I was just catching double losses like constantly. So they either increase the realism, or they increase the fucking magnets. Excuse my language, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did actually add that to the thing. That like, hey, if a person is betting like almost their whole bankroll on a huge bet like that, like just make it lose. Just give them a double loss and just crush it. Or they just targeted me because I bug the shit out of these. This, I mean, it wouldn't be hard to, you know what I mean. If you're like watching, if this, what I'm saying is, if you're the person that owns this simulator and you're looking at the back end and seeing like the traffic or whatever and the movement, you probably would notice me as a very annoying user. Like very like, what is wrong with this person? And maybe target me. I don't know. Maybe like we're sick of this person. They need to get a life. Let's just, I don't know, ruin them, or not ruin it, but like, let's put a couple lines of code in there just for that person. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter, because ultimately I quit doing that and acquired this anchor betting. And since then, now I've noticed like it just seems very realistic. The gameplay, the course of events, let's call it that. The course of events with when you're playing a simulator, or this simulator, is very realistic now. So anyway, I think that's the best outcome yet. Honestly, if they're doing something to f with me, that's great, because now excuse me, it's 1-to-1, um like life. It's like no different. So anyway, let's get a few more numbers in here. And the other thing is the concepts of anchored betting. This, I just realized how stupid this looks. Okay, but here's the concepts: is you're gonna be like loosely stepped betting. You don't know what step betting is? I don't care. It's pretty obvious. So if you have that many potatoes in your brain, then you should drink motor oil and become a junk monkey, and then it might make sense. So then the next concept is going to be, and this is where it gets the name anchored betting, is the S1. So the one bets, when you're betting just on one dozen. Let's see if anyone's still here. No one's here anymore. Oh man. Uh, this one, just when it gets good. So on the S1, that's just means when you're betting on one dozen. This the any gold robot gameplay, anything in my world is with just using dozens bets. Okay, so, and that's that. All right, so when you're betting on the one dozen bet, that's the anchor. That's the gains. So S1 equals, oh my god, equals gains, and the two spot equals recovery, or return to par line. Okay, so you don't use your two spot to gain unless it's just the single base unit bet. And yeah, you mainly like if you go down a losing streak or you're on a losing side, a losing series. There's hits and misses, but like you're getting more misses than hits, so you're having a losing series. Use your two spots, your two bets, your double dozen of bets as just to recover what you just previously lost on an S1 bet. So that's basically it, and then it there you go. So um, I'm just gonna be executing that a little bit here, 5, 6, 19, and seeing how the course of events plays out. And then next time we'll go live with a little bit more of that Christmas bankroll. I got $50 from my grandma, and I said, "Whoa, is that a bankroll in there?" And I saw a little $50 bill, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a little bankroll right there. Thank you." Oh man. So anyway, let's go with the green. So we're just gonna. But you know what? Let's 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 go ham and cheese. Oh my God! See, they put the freaking magnets in the simulator. But yeah, this is gonna. I'm just gonna see if maybe. So I've been playing this with. Oh, I need to. I've been playing it solo, and I've been using the 10 as my base unit, like very strictly. What's the other word? Cautiously. Been playing very cautious, and I'm back to doing. My sessions are always gained and always on a peak. Every session, no doubt about it, is going to be gaining and ending on a peak. Okay, so that's the only way I will keep playing this game, is if I'm finding a method and then that works, that has results like that, and then I will then work on a way to mechanize it and make it a literal like algorithmic um, uh, mechanic, and then I'll program it into this machine, and then eventually we can have this, that you just follow exactly what this machine says, and like you could be a human or you could be an actual robot, it wouldn't matter, and there could be, an army of them, who knows. But okay, so do. So anyway, I'm gonna play with 50s, just so maybe. So I'm gonna be playing in a way that will gain me on the one spot, but it'll just kind of recover what I just bet. Excuse me, on a two spot. So we're gonna stay with green. Wow, that's freaking unique. That is so unique. Alright, so I have to use like 250. I'm just gonna put 3 here. I think if I hit that one, I think I would be positive, but no shot. So now I need to use, what was that, 250? So I'll just be doing exactly 250 on the 2 spot. But it looks like green is going down and salmon is climbing. So let's skip. Do 350 here. Oops. Let's do it like that. See what we get. Oh my God. Oh, so freaking annoying. But yeah, so maybe 50's way too big for a $30 bankroll. So what do we have? I'm going to stick with salmon since I just lost on salmon and now it's on a 2 spot. So what was my last bet? It was like 350. So actually I'm going for a little bit of extra recovery there. Okay, thank you. And then salmon, and let's do 350 here. Wait, oh, that's fine. Oh my god, I thought that was gonna hit. So yeah, this would be pretty stressful with with $30 bankroll. Would have that would be $10 and $11 bet total. Okay, so should we go back to green? I'm not really. I don't know, man. I think it should be salmon. We're looking for a 1 spot. So let's get a. Whoa, oh my god. Green. Was I on salmon? Yeah, I was on salmon. And now salmon's going down. I don't know what the hell the deal is, man. I guess it was just. It seems like. Let's see what happens here. It's, yeah, wow. Oh, man. So, okay. So now green is going to experience. I think I was like looking too hard for the certainty. Okay, so there's a little bit. $12. Back up to $12. Green. Man, should I just put everything in? Oh, man, this stinks. I don't even know. I mean, yeah, I guess. Would I be doing that in real life though? No, I wouldn't. Maybe it'd be like $5 there. That'd be freaking crazy. I'd wanna freaking. Jeez, dude, come on. It says green on my machine. You're not following the rules. $17. Now I'm down to $9. Now I probably would put it all on green and no rule of thumb. Oh my god, and oh my god. That's so annoying. Alrighty then. So let's try. Just always bet on the highest number. And I'm gonna bet super high to like get that 3,000 I just lost back real quick. Okay, cool. So now let's go back into strict mode. Heartburn. And I'm still going to use 50s. but I think I'm just gonna follow base unit. Just bet whatever it says in base unit. Unless it says 10, then I'll make it a 50. Wow, cannot get a single dozen to hit. That is weird. That's really weird. It's actually really weird. Oh my goodness gracious. Jeez. 150. $1.50. Can't get a single dozen to save my life. I'm gonna just go to 3. Okay. Blue, 80. So that would be a lot of gain. Okay, cool. All things considered, a lot of gain. So we're at $60. We kind of started at like 15. Where did we start? Say after that big. Oh, we started at $59.50, and we're at $60.20. So this might have legs to do it this way. So it's pretty mechanical. You know what? This is turning out to be extremely mechanical. So I'm just betting whatever the highest number is on the color, and then whatever it says in base unit for my bet. We'll see how long this lasts. Let's see, do we have any viewership? Split your cash all in. Holy shit, starting Kempo does. Okay. Alright, so 24 hits, blah blah blah. I guess like when the largest number isn't really that large, like these numbers, these will go up to like 20 sometimes. It gets scorching hot. I'm gonna bet really low. I'm gonna go under that 50. Okay, it's a 4. It's sort of high, but not really. Okay, we got it. Still on blue. But he's got a 5. Let's give it a 5. And I'm gonna skip insurance. Son of a... 3, 4. We got another singles bet. I'm gonna cover the green, and wow, both singles lost. Okay. Man, that is... We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna. This is easy to be pretty strict, and I don't really have at the moment. I don't really have the capacity to jazz it up. 3. Let's do this. Yikes. Okay. Got it. So that was a little stretch of the rules. Your 2-spot bet is not supposed to make any gains. That's only just to recover like what was just lost too. It's not even meant to bring you back up to par every time. It's really just meant for um, the give me a single. Oh my god! It's really just meant to recover what was lost in the very previous round. So 90. It's close enough to 10. Stretch that rule out a little bit. It's not going to give me any gain or new peak, so it's fine. A single doesn't. This has to hit, or there's magnets. Told you. So even magnets can only go so far. I mean, I understand. I'm playing a video screen. There's no magnets. It's just like I'm being I'm using it as a slang for a controller. Somebody just saying like, oh, we'll just make the number that just make him lose. But in real life, okay, I don't know. Maybe that could be that's in the realm of possibility that they have magnets and they're tampering with events. However, they can only do so much. Like they can't literally fabricate any event. They can always tamper with events, but that doesn't mean that they can literally control. Well, it does mean they can control the outcomes, but it doesn't mean that they are going to, because it would result in a failed audit. And there's no point in even. Then that's what makes me think. I don't even if they could do magnets, I'm sure there's places that would or do, because maybe they're having a tough week or something, or they're trying to get off the ground. But a big place isn't going to use magnets. It just doesn't even make sense. It's like pointless. Like, all right, so what if there are advantage players? So what? Let them win. Like it's not even worth the risk to try to knock them out. Um, just because we want literally everyone to lose. Like it's just not actual. And places want people to win. Now, if you're an advantage player that's a huge jerk and actually thinks, oh, they're out to get me, then that's when they come after you. That's the only time they're actually out to get you, is when you think that they give a fuck. Excuse my language, but that's how that works. If you go in there and you're like, I know you don't care, I know you know what I'm doing, and if you want to stop me, just ask, right? If you can kind of project that and give it's like they can see it in your eyes, and you can make that eye contact. They'll just be like, oh, okay, cool, man. This is like one of those magic, one of the magic men. They give them the tip of the hat. It's called the tip. It's called a tip of the hat. And as you all know, I wear a hat. Okay, I wear a FBI traditional style hat. So there you go. Man, these numbers look wretched. I don't even get it. That's just so weird, man. That is so weird. Is that? I don't know. That's weird. I mean, I have seen it before, but I guess it just makes it just feels weird when you're actually looking for something, and then and that's the time it reveals itself. That's all. Wow, this is a huge bet here. It's probably not going to hit because of magnets. So I think we're on a battle right here. So we're going to go to 300. See what happens. Oh my god, here we go. This is the lowest we've been since we got the 59. And look at all these, these numbers are so low. Alright, so I'm not going to go the full base unit here. A 5, if that hits, it would be enough to bring me back to par. And maybe possibly a little bit of a gain. Oh my god. Same with this. I'm not going to go the full 15. But it's pretty close. I mean, my total is 12. Oh my god. Well, see you later. So, I guess 50 is way too big. And this is a mechanism for disaster. Oh my gosh. So I guess I'm going to go all in. 70 points left over. Alright, cool. We got that one. 70. Okay, single dozen. Still a gigantic arse. I gotta go a little bit higher. If you just go just above half on a single dozen, if you go just above half on the base unit call, and you hit it as we just did, it will put you in a new peak. So that's what we just did. That was really terrible. I need to add a little more buffer to this. So like just going straight into these, and that all kicked off right after a 0 miss, and just going straight into 150 or $1.50 on a single dozen after 0 hits. I think that was where a correction could be made the next time. So I guess I need to practice this a little bit more, and or just maybe I'll go live next time and I'll stick to 10s. I won't be doing 50s, but it'd be really hard not to because it's so slow. Nobody likes to watch me play. People would rather watch me play the simulator. Now, not live. No one's here except my moderation team. But people will watch this later. But people hate watching me play live with 10 cents. They hate it. I actually get like doxxed at work, and people show up on my porch and stuff, and they hit me with spatulas, all kinds of stuff. They put last year somebody put a Roman candle in my Christmas stocking because of playing live with 10 cents. So anyway, I don't like when that happens, and man, this is sad. This 54%, I was playing like an a-hole, like with this, only picking the colors with the high number. And man, my short-term hit percentage was up to 70%, and it was staying like that. This all-time percentage was up to 55%. I was at 100. No, I was actually at like 700 rounds. Like I was deep into the the full recording of 1,000 rounds, having a 55% overall hitting. Like it was that's why I started going, like saying, well, I guess I have certainty, because like this, and I had 400,000 risk currency, but that's actually 53.7. That's pretty good for the average. Anyway, let's play one more set. 16 is this yellow, and then we're gonna let it marinate, sleep on it, and get back at this, see what comes up, see what I see, and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I think we're there. I think we're really close. I think that that was very mechanical. I mean, that was the most mechanical ever. Just picking one number for the bet, like just directly off the machine. So it doesn't get much more mechanical than that. But yeah, okay. So anyway, yeah, and I guess I held on to the anchored bet concept being this part of it mainly. This should be on top. This is like the primary concept. So the step betting, that's for a human mind. That is not going to really happen with a machine. I don't think, not without a lot of time to sit down and really, really figure that out, like how that would work mechanically. So let's put that at the bottom. And yeah. Okay, thanks for sticking it out, and we will be back at it sooner or later. Outro. What's a good outro? Like, we used to say thank you and good night, but there's got to be a better. This has been the Gold Stream, and here's your promo code. Promo code. Yes. Yes, man. Okay, so use that, and you'll get a free copy of the software when it comes out. Anything else? Speak now or forever hold your peace of your your corner of the world, wherever all of these junk monkeys and oh shoot, where did you? Okay, looks like right at the end of the stream, for real. Well, that's lucky. Well, okay, that's very lucky. All right, well, I've been sprinkling promo codes left and right for like years, literally. No one has ever caught one. But I guess that's the way to do it. You just like cat. You just okay. So when it comes out, I owe somebody a free copy for a period of time. It'll be a long period of time too. Man, how about a year or something? Anyway, this has been a Gold Stream. We're hashing out some mechanics, some new operations. I'm thinking about the inner workings of stuff. Like trying to, there's something optimal in here that I haven't quite mechanized yet. But I think we're getting closer, at least if we haven't just found it. So I hope that we'll all be patient. Looking forward to the next stream. I thank you for your patience, and good night.